Greetings everyone, my name is ThatValve, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During the last part, I covered 6 viewer submitted levels, so in this part I'll be covering at least 4 or 5 more viewer submitted levels, starting out with this one, Challenge Castle Part 2 by ThatValvePersonMabrick, with 13 plays and a score 3. As always, if you want whatever levels to be featured in a future part, please leave both the level name and level ID either in the comments section below, or direct message me on Twitter. Also, as always, the full disclaimer of this entire series is linked in the description below. Also in the description are the timestamps for all the levels I cover in these parts, so if you want to check out our levels covered, expand the description. So we're now in the second in this series of Challenge Castle stages. So we start out with these series of Techions, as well as that lone Dokron over there, and 2 of its buddies down over here. Good thing I held the ride over there. So we have a whole bunch of Dokrons on top of conveyor belts here. I can use special weapons to make this easier, but just for the sake of difficulty, I'll try doing part of the stage Buster only. After all the levels in these series are doable Buster only. Special weapons makes them a bit easier. I'm getting really lucky in terms of life drops here. Okay then. At least I didn't get stuck in the wall there. Good checkpoint placement. I see that the challenges have transitioned over from Techions and Dokrons and conveyor belts over to shield attackers and tadpole eggs. Okay, now we're combining usage of 3 gimmicks, the Dokrons, conveyor belts, and Techions. Not risking it over here. That jump was really scary, especially without the super arrow. And there's me just failing to make the jump there, whoops. This time, to make it a bit easier, I'll be using the flash stopper. I'm really thankful that ThatValvePersonMabrick gave me the ability to use Flash Stopper and Super Area here. Otherwise this segment can be quite painful. Now we're combining usage of the pole legs, the Docrons, and conveyor belts. And the Tachyons as well. So nice recombination of challenges at the end. Oh goody, now we need to fight off this hot dog while Docrons keep spawning in on the left. Thank you for the full refill over there, both in terms of life energy and weapon energy. Though I barely used my weapon energy in the stage outside the one segment, definitely harder than part 1 was, so a nice escalation in difficulty. And definitely better than their previous series of challenge levels, or fortress levels I mean. So now is the end of Challenge Castle Part 2. I already listed out the positives of this stage, so I will give it a thumbs up right now. Good work, ThatValvePersonMabrick. Second level on the lineup is Navio Fantasma Afundado by Lipatio 2, with 17 plays and a score of 3. This translates to English as the Sunken Ghost Ship. But because we don't exactly have ghost-type enemies outside of maybe the skeletons as a relation, we'll probably have a whole bunch of pole legs or something. And of course, it's an underwater level. And we start immediately at the entrance of this ghost ship. And I see the teeth down over there as well as the face. And the stage for some reason is a little bit laggy, as you may notice by the footage. I see more evil faces up there. Or rather more menacing faces, I mean. Nice usage of the tiles there in order to make those faces. Only have access to the Mega Buster for now, so I will be unlocking new special weapons as I go further and further through the level. That's a rather generous checkpoint placement. I won't complain though. And now we have multiple routes. This level terrain kinda reminds me of the Isle of Monsters, also by Lipatio. Strange. Maybe it's the same ship that's sunk from that level? Who knows? Maybe Lipatio can clue me in once this goes up on YouTube. Because I remember I had to use the oil slider to go to the right of the stage and reach the island. But of course I don't have access to the oil slider, so I'll just go to the left. The terrain looks very familiar. I remember jumping up over here. It is probably the same ship. I'm checking the upper parts of this ship just to make sure there aren't any secrets. Or rather, if there aren't any special weapons hidden up here. Well, I guess not. I guess we're going down over here. I mean, there was nowhere else to go. We can either go into the bowels of the ship or go to the right. You know what, let me go to the left there because I get the impression that there's going to be a special weapon there. Or it may be an alternate route in its entirety. But gosh, the lag of the stage is quite noticeable. Thankfully there isn't any stuttering yet. And here we gain access to the time slow. So going on this pathway was worth it, and we're sent back to here. Is it just me, or is this another ship? Or maybe this is part of the same ship. Good thing I didn't fall into the spikes there. A lot of Wanans here. Another good checkpoint placement. I wonder if this is taking place across several ships that got into a battle or something. Or if this is the same ship in its entirety. I get the impression that after entering a ship we can gain access to a new special weapon. That's what happened the last time. I wasn't sure I was going to make that jump, that's why I damage boosted there. And I spy some footholders. I guess that's the alternate route there. I'm not taking any chances here, that's why I use time slow. This is double buster only, but like I said, not taking any chances. The last checkpoint was 7 or 8 screens away. Here's the next one. Now we're in the flooded interior of the ship. I'm getting the impression that the upper route actually led to a special weapon. At least that's what I think, because I don't see where else those footholders would go to. And here we gain access to the skull barrier. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I wanted to reset anyway, so not much of a loss. Not to mention, I can just combo use it at a time slow there. Like so. And here we gain access to the fair shot, I see. So these two are freebies. I guess the upper route just led to an E or M tank. Guess I need to use the fair shot here. Yeah, that's his weakness. And that's the end of this stage. A pretty neat sunken ship level. I'll definitely say that. And I like some of the alternate routes for some extra goodies, like the time slow. The other two special weapons were kind of mandatory, especially with the limited time you have on top of the time bombs or count bombs. But having access to the time slow is optional because the rest of the stage is doable without it, but having it in several sections, like for example those series of presses, makes the stage a lot easier. Definitely will give this stage a thumbs up. Good work, Lipatio. 7 out of 10 at least. Third level on the lineup is Mount Noxylian Desert Fortress version 1 by NX_Tech with 15 plays and a score of 6. The last level by NX Tech I played was at least 60 to 70 screens long, so we'll have to see how long this one was. Or this one's going to be, I mean. Okay, at least 50 or 60 screens long, not as bad. And we already start out with a whole slew of special weapons, and we have a choice between 3 different characters to play as in this stage, so I will need to play through the stage at least 2 more times. Let's start out with the classic Mega Man route. And this pathway also further splits out over here with the different ladders. Let me take a quick look on the upper right route, just to be sure. Okay, they lead to the same area, good. I was worried I need to play through the stage at least 5 more times. Well, I guess we're forced to use item tree in several of these areas. Makes sense. Now, if only there was a way to descend faster through the quicksand. And if you're wondering, Mega Man does not have access to sliding here. Oh, now that I think about it, I don't need to play through the stage 2 more times. They'll all lead to the same starting point of this desert fortress. I could have gotten that E-Tank if I was playing as Proto Man, due to his sliding ability. And I see that now we need to follow that rolling drill to the right. Never mind, we just need to go to the left there. Or just go down over here. Just continuously keep firing and I can see where I am. I really don't want to go to the left and see if that force beam still exists. That's a nice usage of the quicksand here in order to obscure obstacles. Like, for example, these gyres. Well, I didn't switch over to the Mega Buster fast enough. That was on me. The good thing about this stage is that I feel all the deaths that are happening are due to my fault. I was hoping that there was going to be a secret room to the left, but I guess not. Well, this is a neat Tama encounter, I will give it that. A lot more dangerous than the rolling drills everywhere. But with special weapons, it's made a lot easier. There's no way to easily destroy the rolling drills when they're behind those wall of count bombs though, so you always gotta be in your guard. That's a creative setup though. And I guess we're on the right side of the fortress now, the outer portion. Here we're forced to use item tree again in order to bounce over these spikes. And I end up dying there because of one of the minutiae of the item tree implementation here. That is, I should jump off of it once it goes to here. Well, it was only a few screens away, so I'll take the blame. And here we find Skullman on top of all these platforms. What's his weakness? Elect Beam, good. I can fire downwards. So that was the end of Mount Nox Desert Fortress. A pretty neat level, I'll definitely give it that. I like the mini-boss arenas, and I like the boss arena here. It's a pretty good fortress level that is doable Buster only. Well, you are forced to use item tree in a few points though, but that's okay because, well, it's a fortress level. I want to double check something though before I move on to the fourth level. I want to ensure that playing as the other characters doesn't send them to separate routes. So let's go to the right over here. I speculate on this route we will gain access to item tree as well. Oh, never mind, instead of item tree we gain access to the super arrow. Well, that's different. And we're sent to the same starting point. Good. So let's see what utility base gets. I suppose it'll be the treble boost. And I was right. So basically, your starting choice of character doesn't affect the actual state itself, but it does affect what utility you get instead. If you play as Mega Man, you gain access to item tree, Proto Man, the super arrow, and base the treble boost. Fourth level in the lineup is Crash Break Burn by Panther35, with 5 plays and a score of 0. Phew, downloading the level worked this time. The last time, it just crashed the game in its entirety due to a server error. So in this stage, we'll be playing as Base, and we'll be unlocking several new weapons along the way. And I see we're going to be using stuff like the rolling drills. So far, so good. Why do I get the feeling that there's gonna be a rolling drill arriving from the right to take that E-tank? Well, it came just a bit late. Oh goody, a room filled with all these Komosa burrows. This is gonna be a problem playing his base. Especially because I don't have access to charge shots, or more powerful weaponry. Well, it certainly gets easier as we get further and further along, but still, this feels kind of like wading through mud. Of course, I could also just damage boost through there. Thank you for the checkpoint. I probably missed a special weapon unlock somewhere because I see there's a special weapon energy capsule respawner here. Yeah, I probably missed one. That's why there are a whole bunch of enemies here. I also probably missed the perfect freeze. I mean, these are perfect places to use stuff like the atomic fire or elect beam. The special weapon unlocks were probably hidden behind one of the rolling drill pathways. That's also probably why the Komosa burrow room took longer to complete. At last, we have something. I'll gladly take the atomic fire there. So it seems that we have two different sets of challenges. I'm hoping that this left challenge doesn't prevent me from unlocking a special weapon on the right. Because this clearly seems like the easier route. I mean, we have all these Pukapellis, sure, and I fell off of the platform, wonderful. But still, it's a bit easier than all those fire bars on the right. Never mind, actually taking the left route grants me access to the Power Stone. Honestly, I'd say the right route was the most difficult one, and that deserved the Power Stone, not the left one. Wait, I'm a bit suspicious on the right, so let me check it. I know there's that die sign, but still... Nope, nothing to the right. Just a whole series of these rolling drills. Okay. Somehow I got eaten by the rolling drill right into the center of its body, thanks to that baton there. Not baton, killer bullet. Rats. I accidentally despawned them, and thus I was trapped. Remember, killing off those rolling drills is a lot harder as base. I can't button mash them down as rapidly as Mega Man. Again, I got shunted into it by the killer bullet. That first one is one of the most hazardous ones, I'd say. Okay, now I glitched out the stage. I don't know where base is anyway. Take 8 or 9, I see. This is definitely going to be the last level I'll cover in this part. And I can't directly fire at them at that angle. Wonderful. Yikes, double jumping is scary here. Because I end up despawning enemies. I see, we're doing this challenge now. And that's the end of Crash Break Burn. A pretty neat level utilizing stuff like the rolling drills, but boy, that last segment was a bit glitchy and a bit difficult. That was mostly due to my incompetence, and sometimes engine issues with button inputs not being registered, and that one glitch where I got sent off screen. I guess that's where Crash Break Burn comes from. The fire bars, Crash Man, and those rolling drills. Well, that's a first. This is the first time I've ever seen that the rolling drills can just insta-skip enemies as well. Or rather, insta-skip bosses. I know they can do it to enemies, but I didn't realize they could do it to bosses. I suppose the same holds true with mini-bosses. So, thank you for the trial run over there, Panda35. Definitely one of the more difficult levels of the part, but I liked it. At least a 6 or 6.5 out of 10. It nicely utilized base's mobility combined with stuff like the rolling drills. Although that one segment with all those lines of enemies could be a bit more on the spammy side, and there's almost no way of getting by it buster only or base buster only without taking damage, unless I missed a secret special weapon that is pierces through all of them. I probably did because I only unlocked the Atomic Fire and the Power Stone, I mean. So, out of the 4 levels I played in this part, my favorite level would definitely be Challenge Castle Part 2, with an honorable mention going to Mount Nox Desert Fortress. So in the next part, I'll be covering several more viewer-submitted levels. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!